Hey everyone, it's Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations, and this is my first ever playthrough of Trials and Tribulations. It's February 9th, 11:15 AM, and we are in District Court Defendant Lobby number 1. And we're talking to Iris right away. I thought we'd be talking to Larry as soon as we could, but I guess like he's not quite here yet. Well, he is, I think he is around, he's just not like here exactly in this moment. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not really sure what to say. Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are two things which I need to ask you before we reconvene. Again, like I was talking about this like all the last few episodes. The differences between Edgeworth and Phoenix's way of doing things. Compassion is there with Edgeworth, but it comes second, right? Because he realizes that he needs to get the truth first so that compassion can win, if you know what I mean. Like he is compassionate, but it's like he puts the logic of things first and like his ability to like get the truth first, which I think makes him a fantastic defense lawyer as well, because he's kind of caring for her by getting the truth, if that makes sense. There are two things which I need to ask before we reconvene. Alright, I'll help you any way I can. First, about that night, you really didn't go to the inner temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying. Mr. Edgeworth, it is just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in the Hazakura temple. Very well. The second thing then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 PM that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile? There is only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me. Lock her up and throw away the key. So it was you. But why? What made you go out to the Dusky Bridge? I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. Are you serious? Listen, okay, I understand that you're worried. I understand everyone's worried. But the thing is, I can't help unless I know the truth. I can help way better once I understand the truth. Once the truth is out there, everything's like crystal clear. I can't tell you about that yet. Yet? Not until her safety is... Whose safety? Her? The safety of the Acolyte. The Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. Wait. Does someone have Maya? Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Duinham? No matter who or what may come, I can never take a life. My brain, right, is... Here's the thing. In my workplace, your brain has to be active all the time. But I'm telling you, one of the best practices for going into work is the mental gymnastics you have to do to explain a lot of stuff in Phoenix Wright. I cannot wait to see where all this is going. As I thought. No yeah, he calls us psycholocks. My favorite platinum. Which is like, you know, I guess fits his character quite a bit. Very well. It is my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. We also know that, and I know I'm talking so much about Edgeworth, and a few people were saying, you know, oh, did this happen in the first game, this happened in the first game. I want to let you guys know, I played the first game 7 years ago over like 3 days. It wasn't like a thing where like I played it like right before I played Justice for All on the channel. I played it back in like 2014 or 2015 over like a weekend. You know what I mean? So some stuff is definitely going to be hazy for sure. February 9th, 11:36 AM, District Court, Courtroom number 7. Oh yeah, and I was about to say about Edgeworth. He does care about the truth, even in one case in the last game, fighting against his own client because he realized that he was lying at the time, and it was a very cool moment. There's Von Karma again. Get him, Von Karma.
Court will now reconvene. Miss Von Karma, where is the witness?
During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. Suspicious behavior? He was sketching something very intensely.
Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained?
He drew a terrifying woman, armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip. Who was that? Who could that be?
I can only presume that his intention was to capture...
Yeah, get him. Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Man, I know like a lot of you might, and I haven't seen your reactions to the videos beforehand. I know a lot of you guys might not like Francesca von Karma. You may think she's bad or whatever. I'm just so excited to see her because my whole journey with her went from being like, I don't like her, why is she allowed to do this, to I love her, whip everything. You know what I mean? Even though we're against her, I'm excited to see her, you know what I mean? Laurice, I hope you're ready. Get in here. It would seem that Whip is going to see plenty more use today. Yeah, whip Laurice around the place. Yeah. Your sketch is in contempt of court. Oh god, you're gonna put him away already?
It was just an art.
You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you a subpoena, correct?
Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist training out in the mountains.
I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term for the color, it's viridian. Larry, this isn't an art store now, is it?
I know, I graduated junior high, okay?
Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it?
Working in the fields?
I presume you wanted to say field work, I hope.
That's it. Thanks, buddy.
It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence. That's because you were all childhood friends.
I just happened to stop in here when I found a wonderful new model. So see, I've got nothing to do with this trial at all.
I expect all your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red. Or crimson. Or to use a technical term.
Ah, I got it!
Crimson Lake, okay. That's great. You can tell that I like did art for years, right guys? That I'm able to like just know colors. Although crimson is a very common color, I suppose. It's a very good name for red, the type of red. It's like a blood red almost.
Ow, ow, get him, get the judge too, get them all.
Stop your pathetic blabbing and testify like a man.
Refrain from whipping me. Witness, that was all your fault. Testify now.
I was at the lodge out in the mountains looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I, Edgy? Wait, hold on a second. He said he didn't see anyone on the bridge that night, but...
Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony.
Okay, I'm just gonna talk something about Canadian Judge here. Canadian Judge did not reprimand Dahlia when she did that. He just didn't. Straight up, Canadian Judge did not do that. You're playing favorites here, buddy. Not that it's any surprise. Larry, whip him.
I'm just a nobody. Nothing but a small worthless man, aren't I? And why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation or anything else? Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex.
He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he's been to other people.
Yeah, that's right. I'm behind everything, every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy.
Wow, Larry.
Well then, let's proceed with the cross-examination with no touching, thank you. We can delve into other details at a later time.
Let's go. What I saw, there's one statement I was, because he saw, that night he saw Phoenix, right? I didn't see anyone on that night either. Yeah, he saw Phoenix. Right, should we just present Phoenix? Because we can. He saw Phoenix. Like, he was the way, he called Edward right afterwards. Larry Butts, I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic, and you cause all sorts of trouble.
I'm sorry.
But, having realized just now how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction. Edgy, are you trying to console me?
It certainly doesn't sound that way to me.
However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create.
You're totally pinning this on me.
Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened to cross a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts. That's right. Me in the flesh.
Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So as long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents.
You're getting to personal stuff here. I don't think that there's any need for that, you know? I think he's gonna feel pretty bad already. He does have a big inferiority complex. Like, he does need to be the center of attention in a lot of ways, too. I don't think he needs this type of, you know, scolding, though.
That reality will not change.
But what do you want me to do, then? Larry, what you need to change is your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night, testifying truthfully about this one issue is all I need from you. Edgy, I think I've finally woken up. I don't think it's an overnight thing. I think it's something you definitely have to, like, talk about over and over again, you know? Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well.
I'll ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder?
What I saw, part 2. I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been about 10:30. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. That's a good illustration. Look at this. You sleep in that jumper? I suppose it's very cold though, so I shouldn't actually judge you for that. But the straw actually might keep the heat in, so that's a good idea. Well done. I looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick.
You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you?
So what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire? It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. Totally burnt out. Like almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall. What did you say? Oh, don't worry, it's nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold. I never know what that man. He should be called if he could be called lucky or unlucky. See, the thing is, like, I'm not saying Von Karma cares as well, but Von Karma, like, we came to a resolution with her last game where there was kind of like this mutual respect among us. So, like, I think there is kind of a thing of, like, I wouldn't want him to, like, die. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, at all. And I think there was some excitement in her that she thought she was going to go against Phoenix again.
Now, Mr. Edgewood, please commence your cross-examination.
His face. Oh, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll lie again. I went to the shack around 9. It should have been around. Yeah, we know this is okay. I was lying in my bedding. The white flash almost blinded me. I mean, we can press this, but I don't. It's a pretty good statement. The light was, of course, lightning. Like kapow. Like a slap from Naomi, honestly. A big bada boom. Yeah, get him. Or a little like that. Yeah, that's more like a punch from Miranda. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just saying, right? Okay, I'm just saying. If you have a bunch of... We saw it in the other case too. If you have a bunch of girls hitting you, right? Or slapping you in the face for some reason or another, and you act like Larry all the time, I'm willing to bet that you're saying something or doing something. Well, he was following the freaking couple at one point, wasn't he? Jesus Christ, Larry. Jesus Christ.
Witness, did you actually see the lightning hit the bridge?
Well, I was a bit startled by the flash of light, so... I looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. I guess we'll press this too. The other statement seems so nondescript, you know? You said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was that? The lightning fell and then the bridge caught on fire, maybe around 5 minutes? I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out, so 5 minutes. How far is the small shack you were in from the bridge? Hold on, well, it had pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about 5-minute walk. And how'd the Dusky Bridge look when you got there? Like I had recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids during school make during school camping trips can compare. Well, should I press him a little more on the info? So not right now. Why didn't you call anyone? Why did you go to the... Yeah, why didn't you call anyone? We had to like wait like a considerable amount of time. Larry, let me ask you one thing. What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face? Why didn't you call anyone? Huh? What do you mean? Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There was a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct? Well, of course, I thought of doing that. So then, let's hear why you didn't. Huh? Yeah, okay. A reason. My reason. It isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone, I just didn't have any time to, okay? Wait, what? What do you mean you didn't have any time to? I arrived at the bridge and Nick showed up less than a minute later. You claim to have arrived at the bridge at the same time as Wright. Yeah? I thought I'd better tell someone about this, but then Nick came up yelling about murder. It totally made me forget about the bridge. The fire was pretty much out by then anyway. What's this feeling? I suddenly have a terrible case of unease. It was after contacting the police that Phoenix Wright fell from the bridge, correct? Yeah, that's pretty much it, more or less. He told me about the burning bridge yesterday, but there's still something that doesn't quite fit. It looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. I think that's the line we have to worry about. I went to the shack around 9, so it would have been around 10:30 p.m. So 10:30 p.m. Okay. Wait, when did the lightning stop? Let's check the weather report out. Is this it? Weather data. Lightning from approximately 10 to, no, it's so he went to the shack. It would have been around 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. I looked at the bridge and Dusty was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. I arrived. Okay, so I think this is what we actually have to present on this. And the reason I'm presenting this is because, let's look at the weather data here for a second. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45, around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. Lightning was lasting until 11 p.m. He said that at this point the lightning was pretty much done. Phoenix, I believe, if we can actually like get a autopsy, here it is. Time of 10 to 11. Okay, yeah, caused blood 10 feet after death. The courtyard taken in the grave from Dusky Bridge. If he got to the shack at 10:30, then the lightning flash happened. Then he came down here, and Nick showed up less than a minute later. The reason I don't buy this that much is because if the lightning struck at 10:45 p.m. and he said the fire was almost out, around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out, I don't think it was a minute later that Nick got there. I don't think it was. Because yeah, it struck the bridge at 10:45, and it took 30 minutes for the fire between the fire starting and going out. He said the lightning had almost stopped at that point. Yeah, I think this is the new statement, right? So they definitely want us to present it on this. Yeah. Your very existence being a contradiction. Your very existence being a contradiction. I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not. What the hey, Edgy? You make me sound like some sort of alien. But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time. I've never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at those. I love those. That was the one thing I loved in maths in primary school. This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge, and immediately went to see what happened? Is this correct? Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less. I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to the Dusky Bridge. That is true. That's something I didn't think about either. So if it was by the time Phoenix got there, he wouldn't have gone there right away, I suppose? Okay, that makes, that adds a little bit more to what we were saying, way more actually. Meaning you probably got there around 11 p.m. because the lightning stopped at 11 as well. We were saying this too, that the lightning did stop, and he said the lightning stopped. Yeah, so we had the right idea, but they're fleshing it out way more than I did. Way more. That sounds all about right, I guess. And then Nick shut up and did his falling act. Oh, there's the face. There's the face. That is impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. So that's something I didn't realize. Okay, so here, like, this happens to me quite a bit, and this is the first time I think we're not on the same wavelength. But yeah, here we are. It happened, but see, it happened around 10:30 to 10 to 11. So I guess, like, he's saying it's at 11 p.m. Okay, I guess I didn't exactly realize that. That's fine. That's fine. Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There's no way that Larry could have encountered him at the Dusky Bridge at that time. Excuse me, I have an objection.
You do?
Edgy, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry. I'm Lordy Stewartham. It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11, in which case it could have been earlier than that. I agree with that. I do agree with that. Von Karma's right. Watch your footing there, Miss Francisca Von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery. The two of them are just so like... They're so like, I don't know what the proper word for it is, because I want to say like sassy with each other. You know what I mean? They're such a match for each other. For there is still no way that Wright could have been at the Dusky Bridge at 11. And why not? It is clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 p.m.
Which means what exactly?
Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until the flames had died down. I guess so. I guess it wasn't totally engulfed when we got there. I thought it was a bit more, but okay. Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m., but Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you stopped hiding things and just tell us the whole truth now then. What happened during these missing 15 minutes? If Edward gave me that look, if Edward looked at me like this, I would tell him everything. I would tell him my bank details. I would tell him my life story. I would tell him where I'm out of my house at certain times and where I leave the key for anyone who needs to go back in. I would tell him all that stuff because, like, terrifying and, you know what, pretty smolder at the same time, right? I feel like I just got brutally woken up by a toilet splashback. What? Where do you come up with this stuff? Where do you come up with these sayings? Do you think it's okay to just say this stuff? Oh, really great design from the back though as well. Order, order, get him. So there's a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem. Yeah, not as much of a problem at all. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes and there is a phone right next to it. Why then did you not report the accident?
Yes, Winnes, why didn't you? You were there simply to watch the bridge burn?
And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burnt out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty. That's what it sounds like. Ah, but this is Larry we are talking about, and even he is incapable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction. Edgy. I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude. What? Larry? Butts? I didn't think we'd see a serious butt here. You know what I mean? I thought there'd be a crack in the butt, but I didn't think that we'd see this much of a serious butt. Just as I thought, you've been playing with us all this time. Are you serious? What? Low battery? You're low battery. Listen, I'm going to tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all? Yes. I may really say it this time. Everything. Then say it. I love that he's doing this big serious like monologue and she's like, oh god. You can see her under the table pulling out the whip.
Very well. I have a terribly bad feeling about this. However, let's have this witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for the 15-minute gap, what were you doing with this?
What were you doing? I'm so worried. I'm so worried. I'm a Dunham. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. What? But like, I find it hard to believe that Larry would be sketching a burning bridge though. The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out, then he came running up.
I suppose artists can be strange folk.
That's right, I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch. Including the truth from the sound of it.
Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts?
Not at all. Yeah, not at all. Your Honor, one very large doubt still remains.
And what would that be?
This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did you think he needed to hide it from us until now? Yes, Edgeworth, yes. I intend to drag the reason out of him.
You'll regret this, Edgy.
He's trying to defend Iris here. I think that's what's happening. So let's see, I'm a Dunham, I'm an artist, so what do you think I was doing with sketching from the bridge for Wood and Frenzy Art? Let's press this, first of all. Sketching the burning bridge.
The burning bridge and everything that came with it.
What came with it? You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy?
You'll regret this, that sketch of mine is...
Enough. Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness. Von Karma's outfit's freaking awesome as well. Like, it's so cool. But it's really warm here today, so I would not wear those leather gloves.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. That does not indeed appear to be the that does indeed to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth.
What should I do? I've got a terrible feeling that the instant this sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what is depicted there. Let's do it. Larry, I wonder if you could show us that sketch of yours, please. Well, even I couldn't have imagined it turn out like this. Imagined what? That Laurice Dunham's debut would take place here. Today. Like this. Show it now. Okay, but steel yourselves. Wow. What the hell? Who's flying? Who's flying over the frickin' bridge? First of all, Larry, for like, here's the thing, not even for a beginner artist, like, there's really good colors here. Like, this looks really good. Well done. Everyone, tell him what you think of it, tell him how it makes you feel. This is the world of Laurice Dunham.
Well, so this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma?
Yes, well, it's a better drawing than I expected. That's pretty funny though. Like that Von Karma's like, it's okay. Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames, I really did.
Yes, I'm sure you did.
This is going to get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object. Larry.
What?
The burning bridge is fine. But, what is that unfortunate looking figure?
You spotted that. I thought you might.
However much I might want to ignore it, I can't.
It's Iris, of course. Iris! I wish she'd take better care of herself. We have to plan her for our future, you know? What would have happened to her if she'd injured herself flying like that? She was flying?
Larry, please answer this next question honestly.
Okay.
Are you really claiming to have seen this? What was that noise? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames. Sorry about that, guys. My TV just turned off for some reason. I'm not sure why. I think it just like was doing some crazy stuff. Yeah, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist. The girl, she's really high up in the picture. That's what I'm confused about. That's what I'm incredibly confused about.
Ah! What was that for?
This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory.
Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your own wild theories. That's not how we do things here. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly.
Actually, there is some precedent for this.
She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She's about 30 feet above the bridge at least. It was really something to see. This has to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgewood, please bring the witness back down to earth.
What?
Me? This witness is your friend, is he not?
Accessory to foolishness, Miles Edgeworth.
Let us get back to the cross-examination, by force if necessary. Mr. Edgewood, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here.
Yes, Your Honor. Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron.
Well, what did you think of my debut piece? Get that thing away from me.
Horrible sketch of what it... Horrible? Here's the thing, he's just starting. Everyone starts somewhere. You know? Everyone starts somewhere.
I'm doing them. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge until I was whipped up into a frenzy of art.
I saw a flying girl with their white hood fluttering. Already, we know that Iris didn't have her hood. We've established this already. And because of this, I can say with like 100% certainty that wasn't like what happened. I'm not saying that she wasn't flying. Maybe she was flying, but like right now I can say with certainty. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. In the next video, I'm gonna present this hood. Larry has been very entertaining though, that's the thing. Sometimes I'm a bit mean to him, but he's always entertaining when he's on screen. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye bye.